DJ on crypto for growmybag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. What's good? What's good? What's good? So we've got a few things going on. We should probably talk about them. Just saying. Just saying. We've got big battles going on over the Clarity Act. Remember a couple of days ago, I told you that World Liberty Financial was seeking a bank charter trust, something like that. Well, now you have Elizabeth Warren saying, yeah, nah, we shouldn't do that until the president divests from that company. So it kind of says that people are tired of all of these things that he's tied to directly. That's a major problem. I don't know about you, but if you're about to pass a bill, or a bill is in Congress right now and it's looking pretty good, that you're going to limit politicians from buying, from buying stocks. Don't have to divest from what you have now, but you have to, not buy stocks in the future. And if you go to sell, you have to let people know at least 7 days beforehand. Okay. And the only reason he gave the nod to anything like that is because he said, as long as you don't put the president, wrap the president up in that. That's literally what happened. I don't know about you, but I think I want my politicians, all of them, aligned with the people they represent. Right? Like whoever represents my district, I want them to be aligned with, what I think about, and that's how I would vote. But if you're able to make millions, I just want you to pay attention to who was poor or broke when they hit, the federal government as a politician, and then look at them now a few years later. Look at those net worths and how much they've just gone, bam. Why is that? Oh, that would be because a lot of them have access to information that the rest of us don't have. And it was, many people, just such as myself, call it, legalized insider trading. I mean, what else do you call it? Right? Legalized insider trading. So yeah, there should be a bill that introduces, hey, we should put a nail in that and just say no. And so there's one going in there. And when you look at World Liberty Financial trying to get that whole bank charter thing going on, Elizabeth Warren's like, enough is enough. No, let's not do that. And I wonder if people are keeping a tally. Actually, I don't wonder if people are keeping a tally. I wonder if certain people are keeping a tally on the amount of wealth that has been accumulated by this regime since they've gotten into power. I'm just saying. For example, the UAE is looking at a linked company to handle stable coins. What is it, SK Technology or something like that? For them. And that's directly tied to World Liberty Financial because they want to introduce USD1. What? At some point, people are going to say, wow, that enough already. All these side businesses, like if there is a state visit to another country because there are going to be negotiations, why is Jared Kushner there? Because there are deals to be done that have nothing to do with government. That's why. So a lot of people are thinking this UAE deal. This UAE deal. No, I'm sorry. It's Pakistan, not UAE. It's Pakistan. Pakistan's looking to do this. And I'm kind of like, yeah, enough is enough. Right? I normally don't, side with Elizabeth Warren for a lot of different things that I've noticed over the past few years. But this is one that I'm kind of like, yeah. We shouldn't be giving a bank charter to a company that's directly affiliated with the president, no matter who the president is. That's ridiculous. Like, are you serious? Yeah. So that's a massive problem. It's a massive problem. A U.S. bank or U.S. bank has tested a custom stablecoin on Stellar. Now, Stellar's stablecoin business is actually going pretty well, mainly because of PayPal. Was it PYUSD? PayPal stablecoin. Who knew? I mean, we knew because I reported it, but you're looking at right now a whole bunch of stuff that's going on in the market that you can see, and Stellar's making moves, all these quiet moves that are really powerful moves. And I'm like, wow, this is one of them. This is one of them. Don't just get with somebody else, some company that makes stable coins. Go with a company that makes coins. They chose Stellar. You know how fast that's going to be? Stellar compares to XRP in terms of speed, security, uptime. Yeah, all that. It compares to XRPL, rather. Sorry. Compares to XRPL. That's a very interesting move. A very interesting move. Especially since normally Stellar's focus is not on institutions, it's on retail. But PayPal, US Bank, those are two really big moves that I actually like for that project. And yes, I do hold a bag of Stellar. I mean, I've been screaming Stellar for a long time. Visa partnered with BVNK to integrate stablecoin infrastructure into Visa Direct, expanding its $1.7 trillion real-time payments network, with Visa and Citigroup investing in BVNK. Yeah, that's been coming along for a minute. We started talking about it a while ago. It's been coming along for a minute. Ripple gained preliminary e-money authorization in Luxembourg. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but one of the gateways into Europe for something like this is Luxembourg. So that's a huge step. It enables EU-wide stablecoin and digital asset services, expanding in global regulatory footprint to over 75 authorizations. Exactly. Luxembourg is an entry point. Basically, if you could make it in Luxembourg, poof, the doors just open up for you. They've been working on this for a minute, and you can see how it's happening right now. This is a big deal. This is absolutely a big deal, and I like it. I absolutely like it. Hold on a second. Let me just set up my screens. There you go. Silver prices surged to $91 an ounce. $91 an ounce. And it's funny. I was doom scrolling last night before I went to bed, and I came across this reel, and this guy was at a secondhand shop, and he's one of these people that searches for metals, right? And he came across something that was sterling silver, and he took it and he weighed it, and he was like, "Oh man, yeah." He made about $100 off of that buy. The buy cost him like $5. $5. Imagine. So yeah, there's money to be made out there. There really is money to be made. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got UK scrap mandatory digital ID for workers to get paid. Yeah, people are looking at that and going, are you serious with that? Are you insane? I don't even know how it got that far. That's basically saying, well, you have to have a digital ID in order to get paid. What? Yeah, nah, that's a step too far. Now, here's something to pay attention to. It's a step too far right now. They tested the waters. It doesn't work. Guaranteed they will test it again. And they'll keep testing it until the climate changes and it gets approved. Mark my words. Mark my words. You can mark the date and the time. Today's the 14th at 6:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mark the day and the time. I'm telling you, it's going to be nuts. It's absolutely nuts to me. Why does it look like I'm frozen over here? Yeah, it went and froze on me. That's crazy. So my screen, I have a monitor for watching to make sure the stream goes well, and the stream just went bonkers just now and just said it just froze, which is weird because I was wondering like the numbers don't look right, the graphs don't look right, nothing looks right. Yeah, it was frozen for a while. So sorry about the interruption. Ether wallet creations have like just exploded. Ether wallet creation hit a record 327,000 daily with 172.9 million non-exempt wallets and 77 million ETH staked, driven by protocol upgrades and improved network efficiency and gas fees. Yeah, they've come down significantly. They've come down significantly. And now you understand why Bitmine Immersion and Tom Lee are out there just buying up Bitcoin. Their goal is 5%. I think right now they're at like 3.5 to 4%. They want to hit 5% of what's in supply. Tell me that's not crazy. On the stock side, I've been paying attention to Adobe. Adobe's at a point where it's at its lowest in 10 years. 10 years. The only reason why I'm bringing it up is because it came up in a conversation I was having yesterday, and it dawned on me, Adobe is getting crushed. Because people are starting to realize I don't need these heavy, bloated packages, and I don't feel like paying, a premium just because you've got a name in the space. People are tired of that. People are absolutely tired of that. And what they're doing is they're saying, well, I can use this cheap package to get my baseline graphic done. And then I can use a simple package on top of that just to alter it just a little bit, to tweak it. Maybe I need some text or something like that. If my online service doesn't put the proper text in. And some of these services have been stepping up their game like a lot. So that whole Adobe Photoshop integration into ChatGPT, yeah, I think that's going to be short-lived. I really do. I really do think it's going to be short-lived. Something else that we see, and I'm just saying that because if you're paying attention to the stock, what you should be saying is, well, if we're paying attention to the stock, there are other stocks that are in that space that we could also be paying attention to. That's why I bring it up. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. These are the things that I'm paying attention to while I'm out there in the market, because to me, it's not crypto, it's not stocks, it's not bonds, it's none of these things stand alone. It's all of them. It's the ability to buy a business, right? It's all of those things that make me say, I need to do my own research. I need to know my entries and exits, and I absolutely need to invest deliberately, right? Because for me, the end game is not the accumulation of money. It's the accumulation of value. It's expanding my control over more value. So value could be businesses, a value could be real estate, a value could be stocks, bonds, options, crypto. Just saying. Also, as a matter of fact, I know a lot of people listen to one show and don't necessarily have the chance to catch the other shows. I will be giving a class, a master class on buying and selling small and medium-sized businesses. Why? Because right now you have the most amount of businesses that are for sale, and you have a lot of people interested in buying certain businesses. So we're going to help you in actually figuring out how to do that. And you need to understand both sides of the transaction so that you can get to the end game faster. Stop playing games. Know who's just kicking tires and wasting time versus who's real. Right? My son and I have been looking at businesses for a long time, and it's amazing how you have companies out there that say, oh, we're a business broker, but they don't know how to put together the package for you to properly value the business, for you to properly actually make a decision on that business. Like, what? And even worse, they're responsible for educating the owner and getting them down to reality. Some of these prices, the situation reminds me of real estate back in the day, when people just had like these crazy numbers. What was it, back in 2000, 2005, 2004, 5, 6, 7, before everything blew up. Just housing prices just went like bonkers. And then so everything was going up, and then everything hit a peak and started coming down. But people were still over here thinking, oh, I can still get more. Just saying. Got to pay attention to these things. So we'll be giving a class on that. The class will be held on February 21st. And as we lead up to that, I'll open up the doors so people can actually, buy seats. It's going to be limited. Oh, no, it's not going to be live. It's going to be a webinar, but there'll be limited seats in that webinar. But yeah, it'll be a 3-hour class. So get ready. Strap in. What else do we have? We've got Galaxy Research warned a Senate crypto bill would expand U.S. financial surveillance. Highly possible. Granting the Treasury powers to freeze digital assets without court orders and defining distributed ledger layers. This is no joke. This is absolutely no joke. So I'm just wondering, where are we with this? People are calling it out. I mean, you had digital IDs over here. Now you're talking about stable coins. Like I said, we have to take a more pragmatic approach. It's not about having the ability to shut off somebody's digital assets, because that's where we're headed. Those are some of the stipulations that are in there. And without a warrant, what happens if you make a mistake? If your cash gets confiscated by a municipality, that cash almost never comes back to you. That's a massive problem. Because of a loophole that happens, it goes to that municipality, and it goes into that, and then it deals with you. Now you have to deal with the federal government to get your money back, and the chances of you getting that money back are slim and nil. There are lots of situations that are like that where people are trying to, just do things. And yeah. So when I look at the Genius Act, when I look at the Clarity Act, there's some things in there. There are some things in there that are making people shudder. Just saying, pay attention. Pay attention and vote for your best benefit. Don't think of it as one track, because everything's related. Just saying. Bitdeer became the largest Bitcoin mining company by hash rate, surpassing Marathon. Yeah. Wow. Those are big boys in the space. So that's a big move, because Mara is huge. It's YZI Labs, right? CZ. Disputed BNC's board over former director Russell Reed's ties to 10x Capital, alleging entrenchment strategies and seeking board expansion to appoint nominees. That's CZ's company. I wonder what is going on over there, CZ. What's going on? This is getting sloppy. I thought it was just you. Apparently not. But I am paying attention to that, because YZI Labs, or Yizzy, I'm just going to call them YZI Labs. So YZI Labs actually invests in a lot of other companies. That was the whole point of this company, right? Because he had to leave Binance, and he was already investing in a lot of projects. This was his spot to go do so. So yeah, now I'm wondering what's going on with that. What else do we have? We've got prediction market volume hit $701.7 million on January 12th, with Kalshi dominating at $466 million. That's about, what was that? It was 64% or something like that. Some ridiculous number. Yeah. They've got the big chunk of the market, which is interesting, because I thought it was going to be Polymarket, and it's not. It's Kalshi. It is Kalshi. Now, here's something to think about. There are a lot of smaller prediction markets. Like there's Myriad. I forgot who owns Myriad. Is it Decrypt that owns Myriad? Yeah. And I know there's a guy who has a YouTube. There's a YouTuber out there, and he's coming out with his prediction market. He's paid a whole development team to develop it. And I'm like, a YouTuber with a prediction market. Interesting. I mean, I get it with his particular brand because he does a whole bunch of stuff outside of crypto. So he's using his crypto side to create this prediction market to drive his gaming side. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Just saying, I have nothing against it. I do not. I'm not mad at his hustle. I'm not mad at his hustle at all. Spanish bank Bankinter, I think that's how you pronounce it, acquired a minority stake in Bit2Me during a 30 million euro funding round. With Bit2Me, that's really the name, Bit, the number 2, me, registered under EU's MiCA and partnering with major banks for crypto services. That's why it's a big deal. That right there. That right there. Just saying, you have these banks that are jumping up and saying, you know what, we're not going to be able to get into crypto on our own. And so let's jump up and go buy something. Been saying it for a while. I'm still waiting for some of these big banks to match the energy of tiny little PNC Bank. PNC Bank cut that deal with Coinbase. I'm still waiting for other banks to catch up. These big boy banks haven't done jack comparatively. I'm just like, are you serious? You're still sleeping? You're still snoring? Yikes. Yikes. Just saying. I can't believe that not one person has sent a chat in all morning. That's crazy. Don't forget to invest in yourself today. Just saying. Don't forget to do that. RWA tokenization grew 232% year over year to $18.6 billion, with tokenized equities surging 27x, while BlackRock's BUIDL fund reached $1.8 billion and stablecoins surpassed $300 billion in market cap. I want you to pay attention to RWA. 2026, I think, is all about stablecoins, right? I think 2027 is going to be all about RWA. We'll see pockets of RWA start to happen continue to happen this year. I believe the year over year will absolutely be beyond what it was, right? And I think next year is when you're really going to see RWA come into its own, which is why I was talking about it last night. We should probably start thinking about what industries are going to get hit sooner rather than later. Yo, trader, what's going on? Good morning. Don't forget to invest in yourself today. Then we got 99% of financial advisors allocating to crypto in 2025 plan to maintain or increase exposure in 2026, with 32% investing in crypto for clients and up 10% from 2024. Big. But here's my thing. You're investing in crypto on behalf of your clients. Your clients are too lazy to do it themselves. It's easy. But I guess if you've got a financial advisor, they're not just advising, but they're doing it for you. Like, yeah, nah, I'm not with that. Unless they're doing a lot of ETF purchases for you and you don't have time to do it. See what I mean? I think a lot of people should buy my book so that they can get an understanding about what crypto is and how to buy it, how to sell it, what it means, where it came from, where it's going, and start to develop their own strategy about it. That's just me. Of course, I'm a little biased, just saying. Yeah. But you know what we should do? That's right. We should. Oh, I want to make a note. I don't have time to go over it this morning, but somebody asked me about Linea yesterday, and I don't really have anything positive, negative to say about it other than, yes, I have a weensy little bag of it. And it was because Swift was behind it. But other than that, I haven't done any research. So I wanted to make note of that. But right now, we should actually get into the numbers. So let's go do this. Ooh, yeah, that would be bad. That's the wrong screen. So let's fix that screen. Now we can move over. Let's get my notes out of the way. Bank of America tops estimates on better than expected net interest income. Wow, that's a moving thing. But right now, Dow futures implied open down 154. S&P futures implied open down 29. NASDAQ futures implied open down 157. Wow. Oil up 85. That's 2 days in a row. No, that's a few days in a row that oil's been up. Look at that number, $62. Yeah. Just saying. US miners need oil to be above $60. The absolute lowest is 55, but they need it to be above 60 to make oil fracking like profitable. US 10-year is down 0.017. So that's interesting. Right now,
nothing currently playing that I can
wow, Alexa's a pain in the butt. Today we've got who? We've got Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, Home Bank shares. That's interesting. United Community Banks. Let's see. Anybody else that I'm paying attention to? Loop Industries is one I'm paying attention to. So yeah, we've got a few banks that we should really be screaming about. We just saw Bank of America come through. Today is Wednesday. We've got some Fed speak, retail sales. We got PPI numbers coming out at 8:30. Something for us to pay attention to. Pay close attention. Don't just sleep on those numbers. Pay attention. Pay big attention. Why am I looking at that? That's the wrong one. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Then you got the Fear and Greed Index now at 48. That's a huge jump. We were at 26 yesterday. We were a hair away from extreme fear, and now we're all the way up to 48 in the neutral zone. That's a huge, huge, huge jump. Huge jump. 22 points. Just saying. That's nuts. No, I did not set this up because I know people like to see certain things on this screen. DEX's volume. We're up at $129.409 billion in total value locked. That's not small. That's significant. That's a significant jump from yesterday when we were at 124. So yeah, big jump. Big jump. Bitcoin right now, look at this. You see this? This is the highest we've been since the huge drop. Just saying. Since that huge drop, this is the highest we've been. Now, hopefully we can maintain above that 93,434. If we can maintain this pink band, 94,434 to 99,655, we have an extreme opportunity to hit 100,000 again. That's the big opportunity that's right there. So we have to maintain above that number to actually get there. But I have a funny feeling that you have people that are sitting there saying, oh, maybe I should take some profit. Maybe you can shave some profit now. I'm not going to be mad at you. I would think that a lot of people are going to do that. That'll bring the market down a little bit. But I think there's a lot of positive news that's going to drive people forward. I think that's going to be a very big deal. Let's see. Let's take a look at the big board. And you can see so many things are up right now. Just look at that. I like taking a look at the big board before I move over here and start looking at the numbers. Because, again, I'm one of those people that I like to see the rhythm of a coin. And the rhythm of a coin, like Ethereum, is the one I'm really paying attention to. The rhythm of that coin interests me in a massive way. It interests me. So, yeah, paying attention to that. Look at that. Year to date up 10%. Bitcoin year to date up 8.26%. 2% less than Ethereum. Everybody's like, oh, Bitcoin. When the market goes up, you have to pay attention to who's increasing value the most for you. You might want to pay attention to that. So look right here, XRP up 14.9%. BNB is only up 7.57%, right? Still a big mover. Solana up 15.37%. I'm expecting BNB to actually blow up in just a little bit. Telling you, don't sleep on BNB. Do not sleep on BNB. Because it's one of those things, it's one of those projects that people actually build on. That's the big deal with that one. That's the extremely big deal with that one. So yeah, I take a look at all of these numbers. Look at that. Monero up 61.65%. Year to date, it's the 12th day of the year. If you put $100 in on January 1st, that's what that means. You'd be up another $61.66. That's what that means. Pay attention, folks. There are opportunities. This is why I tell you guys several times a day, do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. Practice the GMB 3 on a regular basis so that you understand what's going on. That's the importance of it all. Now let's come over here. Let's go to the crypto tracker. I want to see if there are any losers, right? Just if there are any losers. Yeah, and then you immediately hit, my 5% rule. Yeah. Everybody's over here on the winner side. I have no idea what this is, but there's an article that I published a couple of days ago talking about Chinese meme coins. That's what this is. Binance Life, it's Chinese meme coin. Chinese meme coins have been taking off. Told you, I dropped the article a couple of days ago. You can go see it on the site. It's a very big deal. But if you keep going down, what am I paying attention to? I know a couple of people are involved in Dash. It's up another 15.12% with a GMB X factor of 19.36. Is this something that I own, that I'm touching? No, not at all. Look at this River coin. I have no idea about it, but it's at an all-time high right now. It's up 39.72%, and it's at an all-time high. It's ranked 153 by CoinGecko. Are you serious? Huh, interesting. Pump.fun up 13.02% with a GMB X factor of 2.14. Optimism is up 11.25% with a GMB X factor of 12.38. Dog with Hat up 10.12% with a GMB X factor of 10.55. Pepe is up 9.69 with GMB X factor of 3.31. Fartcoin up 8.69% with a GMB X factor of 4.90. Athena is up 8.42% with a GMB X factor of 5.36. Who else am I paying attention to? I know a couple of people are involved in Celestia. I mean, we might as well go down and read the whole doggone list. Up 8.35% with a GMB X factor of 33.38. Do I think it's going to make it in anytime soon? No, I don't. I just happen to know people that own it. I don't. Nope. Had no interest before. Don't have one now. The Sandbox up 8.27%. GMB X factor 65.23. Do I think it's going to get there anytime soon? No. Do I think the metaverse is going to pick up at some point? Yes. And people are sitting there going, why? Why do you think gaming? The metaverse is going to be the next level of gaming. I told you, my company, Rebel Visions Corporation, is a principal member of the Metaverse Standards Forum. And we talk about interoperability in the metaverse all day long. That's what we do. Helping people figure out how interoperability works and should work. Just saying, it's a very big deal. Polkadot is up 8.09% with a GMB X factor of 23.44. There's nothing wrong with Polkadot. There's nothing wrong with Polkadot's platform. The problem is that other projects came in and stole its thunder. That's what happened. Other than that, Polkadot's been solid. Jupiter up 7.12% with GMB X factor of 7.82. Aster up 7.04% with a GMB X factor of 2.21. It's long away from its highs, from its all-time highs that it met not too long ago. It's only at 75 cents. You got to wait for that to get back to around $1. It'll get hot again, but you've got a way to go. You've got a way to go. I think as the market picks up, you'll see Hyperliquid pick up. I just think that's how it's going to roll. You've got Aptos quietly stepping up 6.98%, GMB X factor of 9.32. Pudgy Penguins, another popular meme, up 6.95% with a GMB X factor of 4.29. Arbitrum is up 6.95% with a GMB X factor of 9.83. And Bonk. Yes, I do have a teensy-weensy little bag of Bonk. It's up 6.88% with a GMB X factor of 4.20. That's a crazy GMB X factor, 420. Just saying. Just pointing that out for you. So yeah, there's a lot going on that we should be paying attention to. Do your own research. Know your entries and exits. Absolutely invest deliberately. I've got 2 books out that help you establish more than just a foundational view and perspective of what digital assets are, where they come from, their history, and start to give you the tools to look toward the future. I even have a second book. So that's Crypto Foundations. I have a second book that will actually talk to you about how to apply the GMB3. Then we've got a class coming up on how to buy and sell SMB businesses, small and medium-sized businesses, acquisitions and sales. It's going to be a masterclass for 3 hours. Strap in, folks. It's going to be limited time. I'll probably start marketing that on Monday. But I thought I'd give you guys a heads up. So if you're interested, drop me a note. Let me know what you'd like to talk about in that class, and we'll see if we're not already covering it, if it's something that we should cover. Questions like, how much capital should I be interested in? How much experience I should have within a given field? What my interest is, even if my experience is on a cursory level, we should discuss that. As well as, I want you guys to think about something. There are tons of brokers that are brokering businesses, but shouldn't it be kind of like real estate where you've got somebody sitting on your side of the table that's helping you to figure out how to move forward? Just saying. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you enjoy what I'm doing. If you enjoy learning, if you enjoy the community, become a member. Go to GrowMyBag.tv, become a member. It's only $1 a month for right now. And then if you want to become a big bagger, you can enjoy the monthly video conference calls that we have. Those are some really good conference calls. We take a deep dive into different topics all around investing. Deep, deep, deep dives. Things that we should all be paying attention to. Anyway, everybody, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And as always, thank you for your trust. Have a good one, everybody. See you tonight on The Overflow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.